I don't know how much I'm going to stick to the notes today. I just thought I'd say that up front. I don't know about you, but I feel like my spirit is just so stirred right now. God is good, isn't he? He's very good to us. Well, I pray that the thought I have today will be a seed in your heart, that God will continue to water that, and this week that it will grow into something wonderful, bringing you life and freedom and hope. You know, this year I spent a lot of time in airport waiting lounges, pretty similar to the one you're seeing up there. How many of you guys spent time in waiting lounges at airports? I'm sure there's quite a few. At least once in a lifetime, I'm sure. When I worked with the government, I used to travel to Wellington once every month, and I'd be going from Auckland to Wellington. And the waiting lounge I spent time in would look pretty similar to that one there. Although if I spent time with my manager who was travelling with me, we'd end up in the Kuru Club. It doesn't look like that. And I don't have a picture for you, but if you can imagine that you get free food, free drinks, and you feel pretty much like a VIP. So a little bit different to the one that's up there on the screen. And you could say when you spend time in waiting lounges, you sit and you tend to watch people in the waiting lounges, kind of looking at them, and some people are going away, some people are going home, some people are travelling for business, some are going to weddings or meetings or funerals or birthday parties from one place to another. Some are going to start a new life, and some are returning to the same life. The thing you can't really tell by looking at people is exactly what's going on, but they're all there in that waiting lounge. When you watch us prepare for communion, it's a little bit like a waiting lounge. You're sitting down and you're looking and people are lining up. Behind the faces, there are many reasons for coming to the Lord's table. Some genuinely hunger and thirst for righteousness. And when they come to the table, that's exactly what Christ is going to give us because of his sacrifice. Some are sick. Some need healing in their mind, in their body, in their heart. And that's what God does when we come to the table. He brings us healing because he's our healer. Some are alone and feeling lonely, and they seek God for comfort. Others might see it a little bit more routinely. He's the master, I'm the servant. Where else would I be but found at his table? Others see it as he's the creator, I'm the created. And in my creator, I'm going to find purpose. I'm going to find hope and joy. Whatever the reason, sometimes it can be a risky business coming to the Lord's table. When you look at Proverbs 21:2, the Lord weighs the hearts of men. He knows a fraud from a truth. The question of communion is this: while I can see many reasons we would come to his table today, why does he come to the table? It's certainly not because I'm holy and I'm incredibly worthy and I'm virtuous and righteous. No, it's not my holiness that calls God to the table, that calls Jesus to the table today. It's not my virtue that calls him to the table. It's his love and it's his mercy. Communion is for my benefit. It's an opportunity, it's a place here that he's paid such a great price for. I know that I might know the mercy of God, and I've certainly received it, but I didn't deserve it. But he still calls me to come anyway. I know the love of God, and I want to grow in it. I know that when I come to the table, I might know who he truly is. That will definitely increase my humility. I couldn't earn it and I couldn't deserve it, but I can give reverence to it because of who he is. You might ask, how do I give reverence to God at this time when we come to the Lord's table? I can acknowledge him for who he is. I can praise his greatness and give thanks for his love and his mercy. It was so freely given to us on the cross. I could confess when I come to the table. I could confess who I am and what I've done. And I can recognize his mercy at that moment. I didn't deserve it, but I can recognize it when I come to the table. Communion in the church is a little bit like that waiting lounge that we saw before. Some are here in joy. Some are here in admiration. Some are here who are in pain. Some not really sure of anything, but that they definitely need to be here today. Where are you in this? Are you in joy? Are you in pain? Are you lonely? Do you need his comfort today? Whatever your reason today, when you come to the table, remember communion, he gave to us for our benefit, and he paid a great price for it. Acknowledge him today. Communion is like that airport waiting lounge, church. We remember his death until he comes again, and he will come again. And on that day, church, we, his people, can take flight, for what is hoped for has finally arrived.